My next guest has been called Hollywood's $1 Million Man for his work on the silver screen. But we know him in many different ways. And I want to show you one of the ways we're getting to know him these days. This is a clip from his new video with Shabba Ranks. It's called I Was a King. Let's take a look, Sandy. Eddie Murphy! Why you laugh?
That was very nice to have him sing that quick.
Yeah.
You didn't think nobody heard it yet, and have him come out and sing. That was very nice.
Yes.
That was on it too. Sound better than me. People sitting out there going, they should have cut that.
How are people responding, man? Because they came to know you as this comic from SNL, and now you...
I'm still Ed. I'm still funny Ed. I just do other things too.
What kind of response have you got from people on the video and the music, the new stuff?
What kind of response have I gotten from people? The album's not out yet.
I know, but in this town, like we saw a premiere, and on radio shows, they've been talking about it. I figure people would come to you and say,
yeah, people been acting, you know, positive about it. I'm excited about it because it's so different. It's so different from the old stuff. I think when people hear my name and think music, they think stuff like party all the time, you know, the aerobics music, you know. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time. You know, so this is so far from that, you know, and people dig it. And this is only a piece of what my album is, because my whole album isn't like that. My album is a bunch of different things.
This is, there are a few messages on the album, but I think this is the strongest message. What do you want to get across to people?
The strongest message on my album is about love. This is just something that I wanted to say. It's just a song that I wrote.
Why you make me look wrong, man?
No, I'm not trying to make you look wrong, because that was the strongest, because my album is about love. My whole the name of the album is Love's All Right, and the whole album is about love and positivity. And last time I was here, I talked about this song, Yeah, that we did that has everybody singing on it, from Michael to Julio Iglesias singing on it, and we're just saying yeah, and it's like a positivity mantra, and that's what my album is about, just positivity.
Yeah. But we should talk about I Was a King, because I think the message there is real important.
Yes. Okay. I agree. I agree.
So I will let you discuss that.
It's a very...
Because for those...
I think this song is self-explanatory. I know some people were tripping. Howard Stern was tripping because he couldn't understand what Shabba was saying on the record, and he was on the radio going, what's he saying, you know? And I think that's kind of cool, you know, that you can have a record out and a brother's saying something, and you see, like, 12,000 black people jumping up and down, so you know he's saying something, right? Mm-hmm. And white people going, what are they saying? What is this? Rise up. What is this? You know? And rise up. And people hear, like, rise up, and they think that we're talking about something violent, and we're talking about a rise in consciousness, you know, like, get your minds together and wise up, because everything is so, you know, jacked up. That's what the song is about.
Yeah.
Pointing at all the things that have happened to us as black people, you know, and just saying it, you know.
Yeah, you look like you've been working out, man. I mean, the difference in you in that and Put Your Mouth on Me.
Well, you know, you can't be singing no song like Wise Up and have no pot belly. You get your ass kicked on the street, you know. I heard you Wise Up record. You gotta be ready. Something go down, you know. Hey, Wise Up.
How's Miles?
He's good. He's good. That's my little son. I had a son 3 weeks ago, Miles.
Yeah. Somebody wrote that the baby was named after Miles Davis. Is that true?
The baby's name is just Miles, and some kind of way. When Miles passed away, and people knew that I knew Miles, and I was a fan of Miles, and I named my son Miles, and you know how Hollywood is. Oh, that's the baby's Gus's friend. And then they started putting that in papers, but I mean, it's cool to be associated with him, but I thought that was a cool name, Miles.
Yeah. How is Bria, your daughter, responding to the new baby in the house?
She loves it. He's like a little doll baby to her. You know, she helps to feed him. She likes to... She loves it. There's no tripping at all. It's nothing about it that I don't dig, and she's really into it.
Yeah. Now, when you go do stand-up, because I know you plan on doing that soon, will your material change and include being a father?
You know, my son,
Nah, not like that. You know, I won't be on that tip. You know, probably, you know, the things that you go through in your life, they come out on the stage, you know. I don't think I'll ever be, you know, going, so then Bria came in the room. You know, I won't be there, you know. She's just crawling on the floor, Jack. I have my own thing, you know. There's things, you know, I got a different crib, you know.
Yeah.
different kind of vibe at Bubble Hill.
You know what you never talked about at Bubble Hill? He has a room, and there's an interesting story behind it, but he has a room. Wait, not that room. Not that room.
Okay.
He has a room. He has a room with nothing but beverages in it. I mean, a room the size of my bedroom.
Oh, no, you know why that is?
When we were
kids, it was like a big deal to get soda after you had dinner. Like, that soda was like dessert. You know, so the only way you can get soda was to eat, and we would get a 12-ounce can of soda, have to split it 3 ways, right? And so when I got older, I could afford soda. Now I just have a room of soda. I just go in there.
That's a funny story.
In defiance of my parents.
I was looking for some paper towels one time, and I walked into this big-ass room with Pepsi and all kind of stuff in it, and I said, that's Eddie Murphy. And you're writing with your brother Charlie, who you all have probably seen in things like Mo Better Blues, and he's an actor, a writer, actually he writes rap too, you know. But you all are writing a vampire movie.
We came up with this story and together, and he went off and wrote this script called A Vampire in Brooklyn that I'm directing in, after I do Beverly Hills Cop 3, I'm doing this vampire movie, and it's pretty funny. It's about vampires in Brooklyn and rap music and black people and horror. Okay, it's very funny. And Flavor Flav is supposed to play the vampire's assistant. And I'm playing 3 characters in the movie. I'm playing me and Sweetwater, Clint Smith. We're playing.
Sweetwater is a guy that was in the barbershop
America with us. The other barber, the little one, that said, "Man, you don't know no Martin Luther King." He's playing. Me and him are playing 2 roommates that rent our apartment out to this vampire upstairs, and we don't know. We're 2 little old men, and I play an old lady across the street with big giant that's in the window. You know the ones that always be in the window to see everything that go on in the neighborhood? I'm playing her. And I'm playing 4 characters. I'm playing a little Jewish man. I'm playing a Korean guy in a store. All in makeup. I'll never be on the camera as me, and I'm dressed like, you know, it's like my brother's movie. My brother's a star in it. They're playing these cops that are after the vampire. It's very funny and very hip, and you're gonna bug out. You're gonna bug out. Oh, and go with camera. Go see Distinguished Gentlemen. It's a very funny movie. We said I haven't even mentioned it yet.
Well, we have another segment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we was gonna go out, and I ain't even mentioned my stuff. You know. I know you'd be like, well, Ed, see you later. You know? Then I go past the theater, it'd be like 2 people online.
The movie's doing very well, and we'll talk about that when we come right back with Ed. He has a movie out where you can see him do a lot of that. You get to do a lot of impersonations in the movie, man.
This is the next level of comedy, where you don't speak. You just send out funny thoughts. Hold on, let me clean it up now. Comics sitting home going,
now that sucks. You're just sitting there staring in the camera. I got bits.
Okay, let's talk about the movie. The movie's doing very well, and...
When was the last time you went down to the Comedy Store and just jumped on the stage and just went buck crazy?
It's been a while. I did it in Boston, though, man.
I gotta go back out. We going back out. Everybody, should be out in the clubs doing comedy because there's so much going on right now and nobody's like, you know, only the young cats is out. And cats like me and you and Keenan, you sitting home and... you gotta go back out.
Yeah. Hey, you gonna go on the road, right?
Yeah, because some of them young cats are real good, you know.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, he's bad, man, bad. You be watching it like this. Hey, I gotta get back to the club. You know?
Let's talk about distinguished gentlemen. Reviewers are saying it's the old Eddie Murphy. What does that mean?
I have no idea. I think it's just because I'm doing a lot of characters and stuff in the movies. In this movie, they say, they associate that with what I used to do early on in my career, so they call it the old Eddie Murphy. You know how they like to put a label on something. You know, as soon as you show up, put a label on your ass. You know, this is this, this is what this is, and this is what that is, and any of it is you know, art. We're just trying to have fun and make people laugh and make people have a good time. And I don't know what any of that old Eddie Murphy, new Eddie Murphy, that's bull. Sorry. They'll bleep it.
Actually, they tried to label Boomerang, and you wrote
the
critic.
The Boomerang. Where you threw it.
Well, that was actually a label, and then Boomerang come from here.
Oh,
they tried to label Boomerang, and you wrote the guy at the LA Times a letter or something.
Yes, I wrote him a letter.
And what was that letter about, Roseanne? Because she been writing her ass off.
I don't feel like talking about my Boomerang letter. You wrote a letter 6 years ago. Let's discuss it.
No, but I thought you had a good point, man.
You wrote a letter to Entertainment Weekly. Tell us about your Entertainment Weekly letter.
All right.
We were talking about the late-night feud. See, no one wants to hear that now.
But they want to hear about your letter. You had a good point, man.
You had a good point, too.
Okay, let's talk about the letter you wrote. No. Let's see. Let's see a clip. Bail me out of this.
I said gonna be writing some letters to the network. That's some mine. I watched the show last night.
Set up the clip, man. Set up the clip.
Which clip is it?
I don't know. It's your clip.
Oh, it's from the movie?
No, it's from Boomerang.
Okay, I know it was a movie if it was a movie or a video, because I've so many videos I've shot and in the can, you might roll another one of those.
Oh, yeah, because you know what I did have? I had Desdemona.
You do have Desdemona?
Yeah, but I can't show that yet, because Gerald must be a Motown or bug out.
Don't show anyone Desdemona yet.
That's another song.
That's a whole different... Y'all ain't ready to see Desdemona. If y'all saw Desdemona, everybody run out the room. Everybody's crazy! You have to be eased into Desdemona. So it's from the movie?
Yes.
So you're gonna show the clip when
You're talking to the lady.
Okay, I have to go by this dead congressman's house, right? And I'm tricking his wife and making her think that I'm from this college and I just want to get all paraphernalia that they use for campaigning. I want to get that to set up an archive for her husband. I'm in character, and it's damned witty, and roll it, Sandy. That was very frightening. I was halfway through the clip. Yo, it was real quiet. I turned to Arsenio and I said, the clip is bombing. Then you started laughing in the middle of it. Whew.
You know, the movie came out against really steep competition. Why didn't you put it out before all this stuff and like around election time or something?
Well, I don't put them out. I just make them. You know? I don't even be tripping off when a movie comes out and who else is around and who else is in the theaters, because it's not about, all it's about is the work, you know, and trying to do good pictures. So I'm not tripping off, you know, somebody else's line. And plus, I've had people come out against my movies and get dusted off, too, so I ain't tripping off none of that. You know? Yeah. We was tripping on y'all. Y'all a real quiet crowd. No, not now. Y'all know how to do the show business thing, because when the camera's on, y'all real lively, but between shots, when y'all be on commercial, they be sitting there like this, y'all. That's what... That's why I was doing that joke face. Joking on y'all.
What is cop? What is Cop 3 gonna be about?
It's It's just... Oh, please. It's just another Axel Foley roller coaster ride. With lots of adventure and wittiness and shooting guns and hanging from trucks and... Oh, you know who's in this movie with me? Raven Simone from the Cosby Show. Yeah, she's in this movie with me. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, but no, what is it really about? Because you got to tempt them.
No, I'm not tempting them. Beverly Hills Cop. And they'll see it when the trailer comes out. You want me to read letters and scripts on the show.
Wait. Read that letter and do a soliloquy. Just recite Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Entertain the audience at my expense.
Okay, I'll recite it if you whistle Axel's theme. In the background while I'm
Can I defend myself? No, I just thought the letter that you wrote was really cool because they tried to call black business this fairy tale. And I thought your response to him was really important. And that's the only reason I asked it.
Oh, okay. So you was trying to take it to, I wanted to be entertaining and light and witty tonight.
No, but sometimes you gotta drive a message home, and people around the country who don't read the LA Times, what you said was so important.
Well, the people that were in town that read it in the LA Times. And they'll tell their friends, and they'll say, I heard he said in the LA Times something very important. I don't want to be on the show going, last year I wrote a very important article in the Times, and I think it should be stressed again and again. I know I'm supposed to be a comedian, but I'm gonna stress some things. No, because things are changing.
Love's all right.
Yeah, man. Ooh, now could you tell he was from Cleveland just now? He said, Came out, didn't it? You can't hold it in. You can take a guy to Cleveland, but sooner or later he goes say,
Oh, boy. So I guess this one's over.
Who's the next
I've
guest?
been beat up and humiliated verbally.
Stop it.
Hey,
We're
Jodeci is here, man.
Oh, how y'all doing, man?
What's up, y'all? Yes. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll hurry up with the show so we can go hang.
What are you talking about?
It's over, man.
No, it's not possibly over.
Your watch is pretty, but it doesn't work. It's over.
Jeff Casario is next.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I'm over is what it's called. Oh, why'd you say that? Don't say it. Say you. You over. And you go out just like a Cleveland man. You say you over.
The distinguished gentleman currently playing nationwide. Congrats on it, man.
Yeah, man.
Eddie Murphy.
Newswatch 14 rules the sky with Chopper 14.
We're back. My next guest tonight just joined Saturday Night Live this season. Please welcome very funny guy, Jimmy Fallon. How old are you, Jimmy? What are you?
24.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Same age as the show.
Yeah. Really? At the same age as Saturday Night Live? You were born the year that Saturday Night Live went on the air.
In the studio. I'm trying to make it more
I remember that show. That was cool.
This long to get on?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of a momentous occasion. This is your first talk show. You've never been a talk show guest before.
Yeah, ever. This is my first ever talk show.
Cool. Good
the
for you.
Conan O'Brien show. This isn't the first time I've actually been on a show, a talk show.
What show were you on?
I did this. Me and my friends went to go see Regis and Kathy Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And
how long ago? Like
this is like 3 years ago, or 4 years ago. I had a crush on Kathy Lee Gifford in college, and
Okay. I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah, okay.
I respect that you have a crush on her.
Yeah. And so we went to the show, and you know, they had this trivia thing where they asked a trivia question at the beginning, and the person on the phone's like, you know, they answer some easy question, and if it's right, they get to share the gift with someone in the audience. They pick a number from 1 to 120. So my friend was like, me and my friend Gerard were like, all right, look, whatever number they say, stand up, like we won. You know, he's like, all right, cool, do it. So we're in seat like 112 or something like that, you know, and they go, you know, pick a number. She goes, 8, and we were like, woo! The camera like came up to us, because it's live TV, and like, you know, you're on, you know, so it's pretty exciting. So then like it was awesome, and then like we cut to commercial, and Regis is going around, he's like, how you doing? How are you? How are you? And like we're coming up like, hey Regis, and he goes, why? What's wrong with you kids? Why? And like walked away. And we were like, dude, Regis Philbin just yelled at us. Like,
that's funny, because now that if you get famous and stuff and have a great career for the rest of your life, whenever you pass Regis in the street or at a party, be like, why? Why? He's just going to follow you around.
Pretty much do that with everybody.
Yeah, for everybody.
That's just how he communicates.
Yeah, after every guest.
I want a bagel! That's everything is that speed. Yeah, exactly.
You did something I thought was pretty interesting, because most people do, you know, impressions. You do impressions. A lot of people do impressions of, like, standard celebrities that have been around for a long time. You did an Adam Sandler impression, which is, you know, he's a young guy to be impersonating. Was that a hard impression to get?
Yeah, Adam Sandler's like one of my all-time favorites. You know, I'm a huge fan of the show. It's like a dream to be on the show, and I used to watch it all the time, like a sicko. And but anyways, I love Adam Sandler so much, and I just like kind of got into his voice. He has like 4 stages to Adam Sandler voices. Like he kind of mumbles a lot, you know, when he first starts talking, how you doing? And then like sometimes he'll be like and then he gets excited. He's like, why are you bothering me? Stop it, please. You. Then he reaches the point where he's just really mad. He's like, shut up! Shut up! I'll do it again!
You know what's great is like, because Adam, you know, Adam comes around sometimes, does our show, but in the future, if he can't do it or something he can't make it, he just come in and do that. Yeah.
He went on Rosie O'Donnell, and she brought up that I did him on the show, and he was real cool about that. And
oh, that's nice. Well, he's a nice guy.
No, it was the best thing
You
ever.
also, you know, have you been thinking about doing other cast members from that era, like more recent cast members, impersonating them?
I was thinking doing like a Chris Rock. You know, he was like one of the first people to do the 1-800-COLLECT commercials.
That's right.
You know,
Like about a year and a half ago, he was doing those 1-800 commercials.
I don't know if you use 1-800-COLLECT, you have to talk like Chris Rock. You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you use it, like I called my mom and I was like, hey Ma, how's me, Jimmy? How's that? How's the dog? Did anybody call for me? Who? Gerard? Is he still on crack? Man, the last time I saw him, he told me I wasn't eating right. He told me I wasn't eating right. The man is on crack. Man, I never heard of a healthy conscious crackhead. He's like the Richard Simmons of crack. I know the 4 food groups, ain't one of them crack. He said, Jimmy, why you call me all the time? I said, when I call you 1-800-COLLECT, I can save you up to 45%. That's a lot of crack.
You did a whole routine.
Yeah, I just sit there.
You can't stop once you get started. Have you ever met, I mean, you know some of these guys, but have you ever impersonated someone that you didn't know and then you met them and it was awkward?
Yeah, I met Seinfeld at one of the parties, and I told him, I said, hey Jerry, how are you? I'm Jimmy Fallon, and I'm on Saturday Night Live, and I want to do you on the show. And he goes, well, you know, it's been done. And I was like, yeah, it was such a Seinfeld-y thing to say. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I just want to try and do it. He's like, well, how can you do it? What do you do? I'm like, I do that. He's like, you do what? I'm like, what are you going to wear if you do it? You can't wear that. I'm like, I'll wear that. Such a Seinfeld-y bit.
It's funny because he does, I feel like a little Irish accent there. What are you talking about?
That's the Irish Seinfeld.
Yeah, there's like a little, I heard like a little leprechaun in there voice. What are you talking about? He's probably Irish, we didn't know. You're a single guy, and I imagine now you're that's right. This show has pretty much just become a dating scene. That's all it is here.
Yeah, me and Andy are saying to go out there later on.
You're single. All right. I feel like that guy on Singled Out. I'm sure he has a name. I'll think of it. Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hurt his feelings. What's it like for you now? You got the show. You must be doing well. You good with women? Are you a good flirt?
It's easy to meet women, but it's hard to actually, go out with them because I'm not too good at that. If I like see them out or something like that. I got some girl's number the other day, and I called her up and I'm like, hey, this is Jimmy Fallon. I saw you the other day at the bar, and I figured, I'd give you a call. Maybe we can hang out or something. And then she doesn't answer me. She was leaving a message, and this automated computer came on and said, if you'd like to listen to your message, please press 1. If you'd like to re-record your message, please press 2. Something like, that's pretty cool. I got a good option. I can do a little better on my second try.
Right.
Why not? It's like trying to re-record, like, hey, this is Jimmy Fallon. I saw at the bar the night, we would hang out or something, whatever.
Right.
So I'm having fun with it. I'm like, re-record. I'm like, you can give me a shout. I show you at the bar tonight. We would hang out or something. Play Yahtzee, whatever. Hang out. I'm having fun. I'm like, re-record. You have just left your third and final re-recorded message.
You didn't hear from her, did you? I didn't think so. That water's free, by the way. Yeah, that's for you.
Water for everybody.
Well, people got to tune in. That's all the time we got, but people got to tune in. Bill Murray is hosting Saturday Night Live
it's the best.
this Saturday. One of the cooler guys to be hosting with musical guest Lucinda Williams. Jimmy, I don't know much, but I think you're going far. Really funny stuff. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me on.
Jimmy Fallon, everybody. We'll be right back with the Afghan Wigs.
Everywhere I go now, I get treated like a star. Well, not everywhere. Actually, just at Arby's. I mean, take this $5 value roundup. Oh, talk about power. Talk about respect. Hey, I get to choose 3 beef and cheddars, or 4 regular roast beefs, or 5 barbecues for $5. I mean, $5, that's nothing. I made twice that my last picture.
You can go anywhere and get filled up, but you can only get the $5 value roundup at Arby's.
Please welcome back to the program Dave Chappelle, everybody. Yeah, that's right. You got that right.
Man.
How are you, Dave?
Wonderful.
What's your middle name?
My middle name? I have several. Kari Weber.
Kari Weber.
Yeah, that's my middle name. I have 2 middle names.
That's nice. I was hoping my middle name is Michael, and I thought, wow, this would be great if your middle name was Michael, or if my name was Dave Kari Weber Letterman.
This is the weirdest start to an interview ever, by the way. And I never knew that your middle name was Michael.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I don't know how I'm going to use this information.
Yeah.
I'll think of something.
Now, wait a minute. You came here with the expectation of leaving with useful information? That's your first mistake, my friend.
You never know. You never know when it comes.
Now, let's talk about this Radio City Music Hall gig. You've been there once before, maybe other times, but at least once before, right?
Yeah. Well,
when was that?
When I was maybe 19, I opened for Aretha Franklin at Radio City.
Wow. 19.
Yeah. Looking back on it, I'm sure she didn't choose me herself. But it was great. It was great. I always want to go back as a headliner. So.
Oh, my God. But 19, and like when I was 19, I had a paper route. But looking back on it, were you prepared at 19 for that kind of a gig?
Yeah, it was 15 minutes. I had about 30 minutes then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was prepared enough.
Yeah.
I mean, was I as good as Aretha Franklin? No.
Well, no.
But my job is just to get people used to looking at the stage. I'm the opening act.
Yeah.
It mattered to me if I did good, but nobody really cared.
Is Now, at a big gig like this, they have a rehearsal? Do they have a walkthrough? Do they have like a sound checks and that kind of thing?
I don't know. I imagine there'll be a sound check. You know, you can either go or send a guy.
Right. But when you were 19, did you go for a sound check?
Well, I skipped it, which was a terrible mistake.
That was a mistake.
It was a terrible mistake. I skipped the sound check, and nobody could hear me for the first 3 minutes. But you know what it is, Dave? You've been a stand-up for many years, and you know, you probably get that question when people say, oh my God, you're a comedian. Well, what happens if you go out there and you tell your jokes and no one laughs? Nothing happens. You get paid the same, you're not gonna die, nothing bad happens. So I keep it all in perspective. It's not the...
Well, good for you to keep it in perspective, because it's something that I was never able to keep in perspective. And believe me, I have been on more bombing runs than the Enola Gay.
But I'm of the belief that the best comedians bomb hard. When they bomb hard. You take chances. Sometimes you fall flat, sometimes you do great. I think that's, my favorite comedians did that.
Now, in having this discussion not so very long ago with Jerry Seinfeld, he said that when he's in a situation where he senses that things are not going his way is when all he does is rely on the material. He doesn't worry about anything else. He just goes right on with his material, and sooner or later he will prevail. Do you have that experience?
Not at all. No. No.
We'll be right back with Dave Chappelle, ladies and gentlemen. Chappelle, Radio City Music Hall. We haven't seen you in 10 years. And tell us what you've done. I believe this is correct. Since the last time I saw you, you now have 2 additional kids. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm a baby-making machine, Dave.
Congratulations.
That's how I like to chill.
How old are the kids now?
My youngest is 5. She has a brother that's 11 and a brother that's 13.
11 and 13. Tell me about 11 and 13. What is that? Is that good? Is it trouble? Can you smell trouble from here? What are we looking at?
Yeah, you know, you see yourself in your kids.
Yeah.
So the boys, I know what they're up to. Like when my son's like, I'm going to my room. I'm like, yeah, I bet you are. I know what you're gonna do up there. But maybe it's not as bad as when I was. I don't know what he's doing up there, you know.
But you have a hunch.
I have a hunch. I got my suspicions.
And the little girl, how's she doing?
She's actually backstage.
That's nice.
She's couldn't find a sitter.
Yeah.
It's 4 in the afternoon, it's a little hard, you know. I think that the part of me that's a comedian is reflected the most in her.
Really?
Yeah, whatever that thing is that makes a guy funny or want that kind of attention, she's got that more than her brothers. They all have it, but she's the next Jedi.
Not knowing anything about this, that's a good thing for a little girl, right? A little girl, this is a nice thing, right?
So far, yeah. You know how it is. It starts out cute, and then by the time you're a teenager, it gets a little, you know, it can be wild. I don't know what she's going to say.
Yeah.
She's her own person, though. It's interesting to see someone come out.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
5 years into it, she's already doing her own thing.
Now, you had the Dave Chappelle show at Comedy Central, and then you didn't have the Dave Chappelle show at Comedy Central. And in comedy, the reason most people have a show and then don't have a show is because they say, well, we don't want you to have a show anymore. But that wasn't the case here. The case here was I guess you said, I don't want your show anymore, and you took a hike.
It's worse than that.
It's worse?
Yeah.
Well, now, are you tired of talking about it? It's 10 years, of course you're tired of talking about it.
I don't talk about it. It's like, you know, I just, you know. Listen, here it is. Technically, I never quit. I'm 7 years late for work.
Boy, are you going to be in trouble when you go back.
Well, you know, no, it's like getting divorced in the 50s. People didn't go to divorce court. They just look at their wife like, baby, I'm gonna go get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back. And then they just leave with the clothes on their back and make a go of it.
Yeah.
There wasn't even internet back then. You could move 11 miles away and have a whole new life.
11 miles.
Yeah,
that's all it would take.
I've never seen her again. Just stop going to the same places. Is this yours or mine?
It's yours.
Wouldn't that be weird if I drank your water?
Not at all. But so there was a wild speculation, and is there anything that we don't know that we should know, or something we do know that we shouldn't know?
Huh?
Let's just say I'm you, and 10 years ago, I don't one day go to work. And
you just stopped coming
I stopped coming to work, and that's what you did. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Okay, and you went to South Africa. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
And you lived in South Africa for an extended period of time.
Well, no. I was there for 2 weeks. I mean, you know what I mean. There's not too many good hiding places left in America.
But there were, am I right about this? There was great mystery about this strategy on your part. Was there not?
I don't know. Because when it was all over the media, I was gone. And then if you're the guy, nobody really says anything to you.
Right.
So I don't know if it was mysterious or not mysterious. It was like living in the corner of perception and reality. You know what I mean? And like, it's a weird place to be. When everyone thought Wesley Snipes was in jail, I saw him at a party.
That's right. But here's what I remember about it. Comedy Central, your former, that's where the show was. The show had been on the air 2 years, maybe 3 years?
2 years. We were shooting our third season.
And you were, and there's a negotiation, a renegotiation, and they said, here, we're going to guarantee you an enormous sum of money to continue doing the show because it's so successful. And then, apparently you agreed to it, and then where did he go? The show stopped and never came back. And like you said, 7 years later, you're just late for work. So a decision was made. You made a decision.
Oh, yeah. I made a series of decisions.
Do you regret saying, I don't want this enormous sum of money?
Well, okay, look, Dave. It's very hard to go through something like this because no one's really done it before. So there's not too many people that don't think I'm crazy, right? So I look at it like this. I'm at a restaurant with my wife. It's a nice restaurant. We're eating dinner. I look across the room. I say, you see this guy over here across the room? He has $100 million. And we're eating the same entree. So, okay, fine. I don't have $50 million or whatever it was. But say I have $10 million in the bank. The difference in lifestyle is minuscule. The only difference between having $10 million and $50 million is an astounding $40 million. Of course, I would like to have that money.
You're right, it's $40 million is the difference.
Yeah, you know, because when you quit, like my friends will try and make me feel better, but no one's been through that, so they'll say not stupid stuff, it's nice, but they'll be like, well, you know what, Dave, at the end of the day, you still have your integrity. Like, yeah, it's great. I'll go home and make the kids some integrity sandwiches. It makes no sense at all. It's like there's nothing anyone can say. It's just you do what you feel like you need to do.
Right.
At
Well,
any given
okay.
time.
Well, there you go. That's the answer. And how do you feel with doing what you felt you needed to do?
The very complicated answer. Because I've felt a variety of ways in the last 10 years. You know, whenever there's something that I'd like to have, that I could have afforded, that I can't now afford, well, then I'm upset about it. But then when I see a guy going to a job that's time-consuming and he doesn't have the free time to do the things that I get to do, then I'd feel good about it.
But overall, in your heart, in everyone's heart, we know money is not the answer or the solution.
money is the fuel for choices. Money gives me choices. So that's not nothing, it's something. I can choose when I want my kids to go to school. I can choose what I want to eat in a given day. It's not the end, but it's not the end-all be-all. There are other things in my life that I did not purchase with money that are very valuable to me.
That's right. And let's just say you had the $40 million. Who's to say you would be a happier or better person?
I think I might be a happier person. I don't know. There's no way of knowing. But you know, sometimes I listen to a Jay-Z record and it starts making me feel bad about some of the choices I make. Yeah. This guy's had more fun on 2 songs than I've had in the last 11 years.
But who among us doesn't make choices we have regrets about?
All of us do.
All of us do, yeah. Now, tell me about the Radio City Hall gig. I was told that the demand was so great that more dates have been added in addition to the ones that I mentioned. Am I right about that? There's been one added for June 23rd now.
That's actually going on sale at midnight.
At midnight. And
I held that show. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just about the man. There was an artist that I really wanted to work with. You know, I'm a big fan of the hip-hop music. Mm. It is the 20th anniversary of arguably one of the best hip-hop albums ever made. That album's Illmatic. That artist is Nas. So I am very lucky to be able to say that I'll be playing Monday the 23rd at Radio City Music Hall with Nas, 45-piece orchestra.
Wow.
It's going to be
45-piece orchestra in Radio City Music Hall.
It's going to be good.
Okay, so we got June 18th through the 22nd. And now the other show goes on sale tonight. Well, that would be June 23rd. Then we have shows June 24th through the 26th. You're going to be a very busy man.
I'm going to love every minute of it, man. And I really appreciate doing this show.
Well, it's great to see you again.
I'm happy to see you on television and off television.
I feel the same about you.
Much respect to you, David.
Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Dave Chappelle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with Laura Prepon, everybody.
Busted. Sassen. F-Square on the mix. We got to have to wait. We got to have to be patient. You need to give it some time. He will answer your prayers. We got to have to wait. We got to have to be patient. You need to give it some time. He will answer your prayers. He will answer your prayers. He will answer your prayers. Your love with the bust me for head. It did do me for body. Your love with the bust me for head. Oh. Your love with the bust me for head. It did do me for body. Your love with the bust me for head. Oh. It did bust me. It did bust me. They want to use your matter for so kaba. They want to use your case for kutaba. We got to have to wait. We got to have to be patient. You need to give it some time. He will answer your prayers. We got to have to wait. We got to have to be patient. You need to give it some time. He will answer your prayers. He will answer your prayers. He will answer your prayers. You just they bless me. You just they bless me. Anyhow, you just they love me. You just they love me. Anyhow, you just they bless me. You just they bless me. Anyhow, you just they love me. You just they love me. Anyhow, busted. We got to have to wait. We got to have to be patient. You need to give it some time. He will answer your prayers. We got to have to wait. We got to have to be patient. You need to give it some time. He will answer your prayers. He will answer your prayers. He will answer your prayers. Posted.